All right, here we go. Welcome to the Midwest Sports Podcast, week 4, because we had a bye week. Anyway, how you doing, Conrad?
Mm-hmm. Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
You
Celebrated a
living
friend's
good?
birthday this weekend,
Yeah,
so living good.
living
Yeah,
good,
just
living like
chilling.
Larry, like
Just
I always
Sunday
say.
afternoon. Yeah, 2 more weeks and we'll be invested in the NFL season. I'm super fucking excited. So,
Oh, get me there. Can I take a cryo nap for the next 2 weeks?
I mean, you do you, man.
I'm gonna take a
I feel
cryo
like
nap for the next 2 weeks.
once the fantasy drafts start, that's like the next step towards
I've got one more
like the
league
season
that I got a
ending.
draft for, but I just did one yesterday. I did my first fantasy draft. This is the one that I do with my neighbors. And boy, I don't know. My team, it's on paper might not look that bad. It's just I feel a little bit like it's underwhelming, especially in my tight end and flex spots. I feel like there's a lot more I could have done. So
Sure, sure. Yeah, like we are kind of talking off air. I feel like sometimes the drafts you feel like didn't go well end up being the surprising teams. So hopefully that's the case for you.
I'm gonna
I'm
take
actually
this a
gonna have
step further.
two.
I got David Montgomery on my team again. I didn't even want him, and I have no idea how I ended up drafting him. It's just like one of those, like, I need a backup. It's like the 12th, 13th round or something, and his fool pops up on my running back system. I'm like, I need a backup running back for when someone gets hurt. And this clown is on my team again.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you two are match made in heaven, I guess. Jeez.
No, fuck that guy. I could have won my league last year. I was in the playoffs. I was the 1 seed going into the playoffs, and every one of my players decided to fall off a cliff as soon as the playoffs started. Herbert, Miles Sanders, Montgomery,
Perfect.
Christian Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, uh, Mark Andrews, and who was the other huge letdown? It was either Marquise Brown or DJ Moore. I forget which one I was starting. All of them, literally all of them, fell off a cliff. In the first round of the playoffs, I think I scored 70 points. It was bad, and the next week was not better.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I can't forgive any of them.
Where did uh where did Garrett Wilson get drafted in your draft?
Garrett Wilson
Was he
went.
high?
He went in the second round. He went in the second round.
Okay.
I was gonna take him, but
Well, I've got
couldn't get him.
he might be a great pick, especially in the second round. I feel like that's a good place to get him if he hasn't been taken already. But next week I've got I think on Labor Day I have two drafts that day, so that'll just be a a day of
We
just
should have
going
started a
crazy.
league this year, you and me.
I know we talked about it. I
Well,
don't know. We kind of did
it's
this and then
it's technically not too late if we can get maybe like 8 of our viewers to join a league with us. Maybe we do
that could
a
be
on
fun
air
too.
league. Then we can get a draft
Yeah,
going because we've got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks, so we can do something. So
yeah.
in the comments, put down in the comments if you want to do a draft with us, if you want to do a fantasy league with us. We'll decide everything else after we hear from you. Let's see if we can get something going. Be cool. Be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I agree. Good idea. Good idea. I
All
think
right.
I might end up be draft. I think I might end up drafting both of those leagues at the same time
Oh,
on
I
Monday
hate
night,
that.
so that's going to be kind of fun.
I hate that because then you're like, oh, didn't I already, like, isn't this guy gone already? What? Like, it's really
Hmm.
confusing.
Yep,
But
yep,
all right, well,
yep.
there was some news in the Rockies today. The Colorado Rockies, the baseball team who stinks. Bud Black, our
Do tell.
manager, had managed his 1,000th game as a Rocky, and it was a win against the first place Baltimore Orioles right now. Or at least I believe they're still in first place in the AL East. But yeah, congratulations to Bud Black on a mediocre career as the manager of the Rockies. Congratulations, Bud. You 1,000 games and you've won like a third of them. Moving on. That's all the time I want to spend on him. That's some of our new segment, not important news and nonsense. And I really want to emphasize the nonsense in there because this guy stinks.
He's trash.
Like, no, we haven't been good in 5
Trash.
years. Like, sorry, get rid of him. Everyone in the Rockies' heads needs to roll. Get him out of here. I'm tired of sucking. I'm tired of stinking. Give me something to cheer for, man. Every other team in our city is a championship team. What's wrong with the Rockies? They stink.
You gotta have one of those teams at least. Just be happy that it's not all of them,
like the Minnesota teams,
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. How many championships do all your teams have combined?
I mean, if you want to count the WNBA
we don't.
in there, more than 2.
We don't count the WNBA. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then I would say 2.
2? That's cute. The Nuggets will have that soon.
Both before I was born. Big talk, dude. Big talk. You're so high on the Nuggets when they haven't added any. They haven't added any weapons. They've only gotten rid of people. So
yeah, but that's the thing. Like we don't need to add weapons, right? Like the people that we got rid of, man, we didn't need them that much. Like other than Bruce Brown, I fail to see like the problem here.
I'm gonna say
Bruce Brown, I think he's gonna be hard to replace. I think he's definitely replaceable. I just think it'll be hard. You know, someone's gonna have to step up to fill his shoes. But other than that, you know, look out. They said this last year. Like, no, the Nuggets, they got nobody. Yeah, well, we won with nobody. We're gonna do it again. Jokic and Murray, man, lock it down.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, man, I'm fired up today. I'm ready. Energized. I don't know why, but I'm energized. But I will tell you something that definitely sucked the life out of me this week was episode 3 of Hard Knocks. I want to get your thoughts on this.
It was a little slow.
It was boring.
Yeah, not much really happened. It's like they highlighted some of the rookies and like the razzling that they were doing, and that one dude could do a great Eminem impression though. My God,
that was
probably the best part of the episode.
That was magic. It was definitely the best part of the episode because like even the footage of the game itself, it just was lackluster. I just feel like they phoned it in this episode. You know, like
yeah, it felt like that. Yeah.
Nothing happened in training camp that like was worth showing. Come on, it's an NFL training camp. There's gotta been more than that.
They're going for the feels and the heartstrings with the Cobb family this episode. You know,
I did appreciate that. It was nice to see Randall Cobb because everybody was just like, "Oh, he's just there because of Aaron Rodgers and like blah 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 blah." Randall Cobb stinks. Blah 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 blah. It was nice to see like the human side of Randall Cobb and like the relationship there. And not only that, but like the mentorship because you had the receivers talking about like, oh, like Lazard and Cobb are like Aaron Rodgers translators. Like that's such a big deal in this league because so many times you get a receiver that goes to a new team or something and just absolutely stinks because they don't know how to talk to the quarterback, you know? Especially when like Aaron, who's just so Aaron.
Yeah. That actually jogs my memory of his speech to the receivers. That was probably my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah.
When he was saying like, if he doesn't trust you, he's not going to throw you the ball.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that. I'm like, hell yes, exactly. Yes. Like, put the work in, stay dedicated, stay motivated. Like, that's what these young guys need to do. And, if Aaron sees that product on the field, like, he'll throw it to you. And I love that mindset Lazard, and that insight. Too, and
he's such a good, like, not receiver. Like he's not a guy who's gonna put up huge numbers, but he's gonna block like crazy. He's gonna really, he's gonna give you everything he's got, and so because of that, they're adding grit to that receiver room because too many times you get these like flashy receivers, and the last thing Garrett Wilson needs to be is a diva, and I don't think he's gonna be that. I think these guys are gonna keep him grounded this year when he goes off. So.
Yeah.
But
yeah, other than that, like,
preseason
episode was not very memorable. Other than that, I don't think we need to give it much more time. But I was just gonna say, I like realized this week that the show isn't continuing into the season, and that kind of made me sad because I kind of want to just like, I want more of it, right? Like I want to see more behind the scenes with Aaron Rodgers, and it would be so cool if they like could just follow the Jets for the whole year. I
No,
don't
they
know.
haven't picked
That would
anyone,
just be
right?
sick. No, no, they haven't even announced like what the teams could be for in season, but I
All right. Well, technical difficulties happen, and we just lost like a good 20 minutes of conversation. But I can tell you what we were doing. We were talking about, the different Hard Knocks in season things that we could get. And you had a really, really good
Mhm.
idea for what could happen with the in season teams for Hard Knocks. So I feel so bad that that happened and we lost all of what we did. But I want you to see what's going on. I want to get your thoughts on what the Hard Knocks could be for the in season.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that just means I have to do my rant all over again, which is totally fine. I'm
Yeah,
cool
no, rant
processing it
away,
all
my
over
friend.
again.
Let's get it hot. We want spicy mics today. Let's go.
So, what I was saying for in season is like if the Packers were doing like okay, like fringe, like chasing a wild card spot maybe, because I feel like that's what they've done in the last 2 years with the Colts and the um, Cardinals is like these teams that are like they have a chance of
The Cardinals had
making the
no
playoffs if
chance.
they
They
win,
had no chance last year.
right?
They didn't have a chance.
And so like I think um, if the Packers were in that position, I could see them trying to or like wanting to be in Green Bay just because like going from Rodgers and then back to his old team, like and then whole kind of thing. But after yeah, just after yesterday and kind of the culmination of all of Jordan Love's outings that I've seen, I just don't think they're going to be sniffing any kind of playoff spot anytime soon as long as he's behind center. God damn it,
Well, let's talk about
dude.
this.
I
Let's talk about the guy who they have, right? Aaron Rodgers. He finally played. He played and finally put up some stats as a New York Jet. Um, I had them pulled up, and naturally, I've gotten rid of them because technical difficulties are just wonderful things, aren't they? But
I
he
got you,
played
dude. Yeah.
well. He
So
played well.
yep, he played 2 drives, went 5 for 8 for 47 yards, and then he had a tutty to Garrett Wilson, who caught all 3 of his targets for 30 yards. And obviously, the one was the touchdown, which was a beautiful pass. It was great. Um, so, yeah, kind of what we expected out of him. Get in there, get a couple drives going, got a tutty, completed most of his passes. Like, just kind of another run of the mill outing, I guess, and for preseason, too. So,
I,
congrats to Aaron for proving that he can still do it.
I'm just glad that he played because like it's cool and I cannot wait for the Hard Knocks episode. It's cool to see him like actually commit to playing a game for them. Like he didn't play a preseason game in Green Bay for since what 2017.
It was like 2018, I think, or something. Yeah.
It
Hmm.
wasn't great. Like it was not a long time. So it was
Yeah.
cool to see
Yeah.
that. It was cool to say like Aaron Rodgers he's gonna be good. Like he's gonna do Aaron Rodgers things, and so to see him succeed that way, and get off to a it wasn't like a like incredible start, but it was good enough. I think it's gonna keep them like
Yeah.
especially New York fans satisfactory. Like they're gonna be like hyped up for the season. It's gonna be good. They got something to look forward to.
Hmm. Hmm.
But on the
Yep.
contrary, Green Bay fans, man, who let's talk about
I
Jordan
mean,
Love.
yeah. I mean, the delusional ones who are have their blinders on for whatever reason and are still thinking that he's gonna be really good for whatever reason. I have no idea. But yesterday, a lot of inaccurate passes. I feel like his receivers bailed him out quite a bit, like having to make circus catches and like playing Twister out on the field basically to kind of rein in some of these balls, and then he fucking underthrew Watson after Watson cooked his the guy covering him, and like would have been a touchdown if he could just put the ball in his place. And you'll have those people that are like, oh well, it was windy. It's like, no, fucking A, get the ball to your receiver.
First of all, if you're gonna play in Green Bay, you gotta play in weather. They are never building a dome out there, and the weather is never gonna change. If you can't throw in wind, you can't be an NFL quarterback. I'm sorry, you can't. Cannot do it. Cannot have it. That's not an excuse for an NFL caliber quarterback.
He basically looked like a clown driving a garbage truck out there yesterday. Just a complete disaster.
His stat lines, he went 9 for 15, 63 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, QBR of 91.8. How do you feel about those stats? Do you think like they accurately portray how he played?
I don't think so.
No.
I
have a quote
after the game.
I have a quote from a certain personality in the NFL world whose name rhymes with Rich Eisen. Oops. He's talking about Aaron Rodgers is going to cook, or not Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love is going to cook the NFL. That he looks like Aaron Rodgers playing out there, and he is going to just completely shock the NFL, take the league by storm, and just be elite. What are your thoughts?
What did you just say? Is this like a prank?
No. I would love to play you the clip. I cannot for copyright reasons, but I was watching.
I believe you.
I was watching it.
I believe you.
And I was thinking to myself, New York Jet fan Rich Eisen over there only saw the stats. Because, 9 for 15, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, decent QBR. It's cool. Whatever. Whatever. He didn't play like it. He didn't play like he's Aaron Rodgers.
Is he smoking? He had to be drunk or high or something, spewing that trash take on live radio. Jesus Christ.
I wish that I was kidding about it, but no, they think Aaron Rodgers is going to be shockingly good. The quote, I believe, is look out.
You mean Jordan Love?
Yeah, Jordan Love, man. The quote, I believe, is look out for Jordan Love because he's going to be good. And they're talking.
I'm looking out for him. I don't think he'll hit me.
Rodgers. Don't you have hope? Don't you have hope that our new star receivers are going to do well with their thriving young quarterback?
No. And I don't really need to look out for him because he wouldn't be able to hit me with the ball anyway. So,
Ooh.
dude, if the Packers lose to the Bears week 1 after Jordan Love going on fucking Instagram wishing Bears fans a happy Father's Day, I'm gonna be just like laughing my fucking ass off.
Do you think
it's going to be hilarious?
So you don't think Jordan Love's gonna march in there in Chicago and remind them who owns them?
No, I mean the only saving grace he has is that Justin Fields is the quarterback for the other team and he's somehow worse. So.
But Justin Fields could run. Justin Fields is a running back who plays quarterback.
Yeah.
He's like Lamar Jackson, but not a good passer. Like he's worse than Lamar Jackson as a passer, easily. Dude, so this is what I don't get. Like we have these 2 great receivers who are really taking like leaps and strides forward, in Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, right? They both look like they've gotten a lot better.
Kudos to them.
But I'm scared for them. There's a play back in, I believe it was like 2008, 2009, where Peyton Manning hits a young Colts receiver on the top of a slant route, like across the middle, and he gets absolutely cooked, just cracked, leveled, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did not. He was not the same guy after that hit, and with the way that these balls are coming out to Jordan Love, I'm worried that he's gonna put like one of these. They're like our receivers have to play like acrobatics to catch some of these things, and if they get cracked at the right point, man, they're gonna get hurt. And we don't have depth to replace them. We've got 2 receivers who are coming into their own, and we got Aaron Jones, who's Aaron Jones. We know what we're gonna get with him. And so, because AJ Dillon can't really do much catching out of the backfield. Like, he's a great, downhill runner, I think, but I don't think he's all that great for the passing game. Do you?
Sorry, I'm still thinking about your comment.
This one's got you messed up. But I'm worried that our receivers are going to be hung out to dry and just get cracked and hurt. That's what I'm worried about. And I've got Aaron Jones and Christian Watson on one of my fantasy drafts this year, and I'm worried that neither of them are going to see the field because they were hung out to dry by a bad pass.
But yeah, that would be super unfortunate.
But I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
If they lose,
Jordan Love,
if they lose to the Bears week 1, they should trade Jordan Love for a bag of footballs or something and a drugs machine. Throw that in as a sweetener, and we'll just have the drugs machine out there, like I said last week, just firing off passes.
Oh man, is that a title for today? Jordan Love's better than a jugs machine? Question mark. I don't know.
Okay.
That one might
do
be
it live.
That one might be. That's a good one. But I mean, I think the Packers are going to be good. I think they're building a decent team there. I think they could build like a sleeper team to make a wild card spot. But it all depends on if we're going to get, wildly inconsistent accuracy Jordan Love, or if we're going to get, can throw a check down accurately Jordan Love.
Yeah. Probably at this point, I'm going to give them a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
1%. We locking that in? Is that going in our predictions episode next
right
week?
now.
1% chance. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can't
Some
wait
hopeful
to go.
fan you are. I would say they'll at least be a contending team for at least the first 5-6 weeks of the season before they realize all hope is lost. But I'm at least giving them till then. That's why I think they'd be a good candidate for Hard Knocks, because that's exactly what the Cardinals were last year. The Cardinals were like 3 games back in the division when they took over in the in-season, and there was no chance that team was going to do anything. So I think Green Bay is a great candidate to do the exact same thing this year.
One of my friends texted me yesterday and was like, what do you think the over-under is for 30 interceptions for Jordan Love? And I said, my response was, hopefully they bench him before that happens.
I would take the under on that, because I would take the under on 20 even, because you'd have to get somewhere near the receiver for the ball to be picked off. Like,
roasted.
I'll give him credit. He's not going to throw a lot of picks this year, simply because most of the balls he throws will not be catchable. You can't pick a ball off from the dirt.
Yeah, or they'll be screen passes. So
exactly. Like, I'll give him his credit. I don't see him throwing a lot of picks this year. Like, I've got him for a solid like 18-19.
18-19, yeah.
But the rest of them, they're gonna sail. They're gonna sail so far away from he's gonna be leading the receiver if the receiver was Tyreek Hill, but twice as fast. Like, he's just not accurate. He can't receive. Like, and at the NFL level, you can fix mechanical problems. Like, look at Josh Allen. He's a perfect example. And you can fix decision making. Like, oh, maybe don't throw that, stupid. Come on. Like, they can fix problems like that. They can fix problems about like deciding to pull it down and run versus slinging from the pocket or doing whatever. Unless your name is Russell Wilson, then they can't fix nothing. But you can't fix a guy just not hitting his targets, because I can't, like, his release looks slow, but that's the only thing I can find in his throwing motion that, like, I don't know, he just screams not accurate. And just like at an NFL level, how passable is that? I don't think there's really much they can do.
Yeah. And the other thing that's interesting is, like, you hear like the Bengals players, giving, like, hyping him up, but then you hear, like, all the people like on the Packers offense are hyping him up, and like you have Jair hyping him up, and it's like, is it just because it's a teammate and they're just like, he's
gonna cook this year, according to Rich Eisen. He's going to take the league by storm.
I know. Apparently.
Rich Eisen thinks that Jordan Love's good.
I think I died inside from hearing that comment. I've just been slowly, like, Need to restart
I'm
and
gonna
reboot.
send you this clip, and I want to see you watch it at work tomorrow. I want to watch the life leave
Perfect.
your eyes when you see this clip of Rich Eisen saying how good Jordan Love's gonna be next year. It's gonna be great.
Oh man, I think I shit out my soul. I gotta go change my pants.
Well, while you do that, I've got some words about the other team that's gonna stink this year.
Yeah, can we move on, please? Jesus.
My Denver Broncos. I said it last week. I'll say it this week. Russell Wilson, get him out. Guy stinks. And I'm saying that this week because of the guy who's sitting behind him. Now, I know that it's the preseason, but I know that preseason doesn't matter. But you're going to tell me we've got a QB who can go up 27-0 in a half against LA, the LA Rams, 1 year removed from Super Bowl championship, right? And we want to go with the guy who can't hit a screen pass in week 1. Dude, Jared Stidham is if Russell Wilson gets hurt, Jared Stidham will be the starting QB for the Denver Broncos in 2024. If Russell Wilson gets hurt this year, Jared Stidham is taking his job. I don't know how else to say that.
I have no.
He cooked.
Yeah.
He was great. He did some great things. And
sure.
Russell Wilson, man, every time I see someone else succeed where he didn't, it's another example of why this guy stinks. I'm tired of his cliche nonsense. Just, dude, you're not that guy. You're not good anymore. Figure it out. Stop playing. Hang him up. You're done. Hang him up. Get off my team. Stop costing us, 40, however many $1 million we're going to pay you this year. Get out of my team and let somebody who knows what they're doing take over because you fucking stink.
Oh, it's got to just be so hard to have this QB carousel continue.
You know how
and I
we
fear
did
that the Packers are on that train soon.
You know how we did the Packers loss and which one stung the worst? I'm tempted to do a
losses.
Broncos QB carousel list out of all the QBs we've had since, I would say even since John Elway, because other than Peyton Manning and Jake Plummer, we've had the same nonsense of just revolving door. And it's been since John Elway left. We had Peyton Manning, but he'd only lasted 4 seasons here. So I would love to rank the QBs of Denver from worst to even worse, excluding Peyton Manning, obviously, and just be like, okay, this is how it is. Because there are some guys on there who I think had potential. We just had them at the wrong time. Genuinely. I think if we would have had Case Keenum under Gary Kubiak, he would have done really well. But Vance Joseph's a moron, and we didn't have the staff to accommodate Case Keenum's skill set. And then you got guys like Joe Flacco, who John Elway should have been fired on the spot when we signed him. But Jared Stidham and Ben DiNucci, man, they cooked last night. Jared Stidham went 17 for 28, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 99.7 QBR. Ben DiNucci, 11 for 15, 117 yards, 1 touchdown, 117.9 QBR. Why is Russell Wilson still on our team?
Did the Rams play any of their ones on D? Did Aaron Donald play?
I think there were a couple out there. Dude, because this is the thing about the Rams D, and this is the only reason why we cooked them so bad. I don't know who any of them are. Other than Aaron Donald, I don't know a single player on that defense. I don't know if they were the ones.
Yeah, that defense has changed a lot since the Super Bowl.
That's the bad thing about ring chasing the way they did, because now their team is unrecognizable. The offense, you got Stafford, Kupp, Van Jefferson, and Tyler Higbee, and I guess Cam Akers too. But no one else on that team is still there.
Right.
And they have no first round picks until 2040 or some nonsense. It's not that bad, but it's out there. I think it's 2026 or 7 is when they finally have a first round pick again or something like that. It's something outrageous.
Yep.
So where's the
Hmm.
talent? Because they
I
also
mean,
like the cap space, dude. With the way their contracts are structured, man, I don't know. If you have Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford and what they Cooper Cup, and they got a lot of money tied up in a couple guys right now. So, but I'll
dude,
give them
that's the
credit. They
price. I
rebuilt the
mean,
right way. I think they got rid of all that unwanted talent on defense. They shedded it all. So it's gonna be a hard year
yeah,
for
I mean,
Rams.
and they were successful in what they did, right? They won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
they
That's what
got
they
the
wanted to
ring.
do. So they sold out. They went all in on getting aging, ring chasing players, and they did it. So
But
now they just have to, yeah, they're kind of in this position. But I think they knew they were going to be there at some point. And Sean McVay is like, he's not an idiot, like he'll,
no, he's a genius. That guy is incredible.
you
And
know,
like, I want him to be on Hard Knocks again because
he wouldn't,
he has an infectious personality.
he wouldn't like decide or be in on a decision to draft a quarterback in the first round when you're the game away from a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah. No,
He wouldn't do anything like that.
I don't know any general manager staff that would do that. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that's such a dumb move. Anyway, going back to the Broncos, right? Last night,
Hmm.
to me, showed what the Sean Payton offense could look like in Denver. That's what last night to me was. Like the Sean Payton offense
Okay.
taking form. What we could do. Because we were cooking last night. Like everything was firing on all
Yeah.
cylinders. The run game felt a little slow to me, but we didn't need it. Like we dropped 41 on them. We were fine.
Yeah.
But and that was without Javonte Williams too. Like Javonte Williams didn't play last night. So, um dude, I have a lot of hope, but none of it incorporates Russell Wilson. That guy,
Mhm.
I
It's
truly
just
believe he's gonna hold the team back this year. Everyone was always saying for the last couple of years that Denver was always a quarterback away from being a contending team. Like we had a great defense, we had a great, but like we weren't. We had a really really trash O line. Our receivers, can't catch a cold or can't stay healthy. It's either they're
mhm.
healthy and can't catch or they can catch and are broken. So we were not a quarterback away, but I actually have a little bit of hope that if we can just somehow either fix or get rid of Russell Wilson, we could be a playoff team. And I'm such a big fan of Sean Payton and what he's doing here that I want it to be good. I want something to cheer for, but I have no faith in Russell Wilson to actually execute this offense because, and this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that he's going to just be a really bad decision maker. He's just like I've seen it time and time again where he's just a bad decision maker and doesn't really show me that he's got a lot of football awareness. So he stinks. Get him out of here. Let's move on. Jason Stidham, new starting quarterback of the Broncos, 2024. I'll take this. Let's take
I
this
just
like
wanted to let you
70 or 80
process
million
that.
dollars to get rid of Russell Wilson. Let's get him out of here. Cut him. Or let's give him 8 games of this season. Give him 8 games. If you can't put it together, get him out. And I think like
Such
there's
a
no
big
reason to keep him around.
investment. Such a big investment too from the Broncos and signing him to that huge contract before he even played
That was
in a
stupid.
game.
That was a dumb. That was just a dumb franchise crippling move.
He's just so corny. That's the worst. Like, and his skill level has dropped immensely. But the worst part about him is like that cliche, just the stupid shit that he says. Like, it's so just like
Broncos country. Let's
you
ride.
know, it's rad. Yeah, it's just the stuff he says is so dumb. And then I heard like he was like wasn't last season he was bringing in his own personnel to
Yeah, he
like
had his
help
own
him with his
staff
body and
almost. He had
stuff.
an office and all this nonsense in the head. Like, yeah, the face you just made sums it
Dude.
up perfect. Like this shit's unheard of in the NFL world. Like, you're not Peyton Manning, you're not Aaron Rodgers, you're not Tom Brady. Like outside of 2013, you haven't won shit. All right, calm down.
Um, it's just I feel like the summary of today is like we're both down on our quarterbacks, and that's like the thing that well, you've been experiencing it for years, but that's the thing I'm scared about is like, is this the start of the Packers carousel?
No, it's
Where
gonna be
like
you
there's
have
just
another
in
generational talent on your hands. Quote Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen, yeah. But I mean, I do that's like my biggest fear is like you know, are
Mhm.
they just gonna suck now for a long time? And I don't want that. Like I love like playoff me watching a Packers playoff game is very unhealthy. Like I understand nobody should be in a room with me when it's happening, but I love it.
Th-
I
This is
love I love
this
the
is really
dance.
unfortunate because we were never friends when the Packers were playoff team.
I know, yeah. Yep.
Because last
And I'm really
year
scared.
they stunk.
Yeah. I'm really worried that this is the downfall and then like yeah, just the uncertainty. But like if if the other teams that I watch give you any indication like I'm not some fair weather fan, like
You
I
can't be in
stick through
Minnesota.
the team's tough years. Like the Timberwolves, I've never stopped believing in them in the last, since KG left. I've always had hope that the next year is going to be different. And so for the Pack, like I'm gonna do the same for the Packers. I want
Mhm.
them to be good. But I just don't see like the quarterback position is so uncertain. Like what Love is going to do is, I mean, probably not much, but it's a little uncertain too. So just it's really frustrating to like. I feel like we're like standing at the edge of a cliff and like I'm gonna get a swift kick in the nuts and start falling off of it, and it's just like until we get another quarterback
Us Packers
who's
fans
competent.
have had it too easy for too long.
Honestly, though, yeah,
Like how many
yep.
losing
And I mean
seasons
that's
have the
like
Packers put out since either of us were born?
right,
It's
yeah. I
not
mean
a lot.
it's probably count on one hand, yeah. hmm
So, our time is coming.
Yep. And like I keep saying this every week. Just manage the game and now just throw accurate passes, please.
Just do the,
But
bare minimum of your job.
yeah, just don't have any expectations.
Well, on
So
that happy note,
yeah, it's yeah.
now that we're nice and properly depressed, let's take a look around the league, around the rest of the NFL. Anything catch your eye? Because to me, the first thing I wanted to say about the rest of the NFL is the Isaiah Simmons trade. Did you see that?
I did not see that. No,
So
fill me in.
Isaiah Simmons, star defender of the Arizona Cardinals. This guy he could play everything. Got traded to New York for I believe it was a 7th round pick out of
Oh,
nowhere.
really?
It wasn't like this was like a confrontation building holdouts, blah blah blah. Like this came in so under the radar to me that I had no idea that like I was like, is this even real? But yeah, Isaiah Simmons is a
Did
Giant.
you get? Oh, Giant. Okay, gotcha.
The other New York team.
Interesting. Yeah,
So
yeah, the other one.
um
I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't really hear like. I guess like the Steelers stomped on the Falcons, but like other than
they
like
did.
nothing really notable. I think like the roster cuts are like the big thing for this
Mm-hmm.
final week. But like I don't know. At this point, like in this point in the preseason, I'm like, can we just get to the fuck? Like, let's just get to the
Take
show, baby. Like, start this thing
cryo
out.
nap, get
You
straight to
know,
September.
like I'm kind of done caring about preseason.
Well, the preseason is over, so
So yeah, which is
we've
good.
got two
Anyway,
more
but
episodes
yeah,
of
I don't
Hard
know. Other
Knocks
than that,
Magic
like,
left, and that's it. Football time.
yep. Are
So,
you exhausted, man? This episode is exhausting.
yeah, it is. I tell you what, it is.
Jeez.
But I think that's all we got this week. Around the NFL, like nothing's really gonna happen, and next week not gonna be the same story. Things are gonna look a lot different 7 days from now, as opposed to what rosters look like. I think, and
Yep.
we'll see who goes where because people are gonna get moved around, and I think as we will talk about it as it happens. Next week we've got predictions coming out. So we'll be doing our
That we do.
actual predictions for the Broncos and Packers. We're going to look through their schedules, and then you get to make fun of us for how wrong we are. So that'll be a lot of fun. I think I'm looking forward to doing that. And the Broncos QB carousel rates will come out probably soon. But NFL, we've got about 2 more weeks to hold on, and then we're going to be cooking. So, any last words, Conrad?
Jordan Love, please prove me wrong. Make me look like a fucking idiot, okay? Just do it. I beg you. Just make me look like an idiot. I want that to happen. I fucking want it to happen.
All right, you heard it here first. That's all we got today, folks. Bye.